Interesting. There we go. That's a little better. There. Excellent. Farm Mountain gravy. Hi there. Sorry about that adjustment stuff going on there. I'm the old woman down the street. There's my cat Nala trying to sneak up and sneak into the room. She's not the kind of girl that jumps up on everything, fortunately. But in some ways, I kind of miss that. Anyway, today is the 7th of February. It's Monday. Coming to you live from Western Oregon. Yes, I like cats. Just wanted to say good morning, and let's go through some news today. What's happening in the world? Let's see. The federal hate crime begins for Ahmaud Arbery's convicted killers. We'll see where that goes. Interesting little topic from Bloomberg Politics. The headline is saying redistricting is taking the swing out of swing states. The number of swing states declines as the U.S. states redraw their maps. And that's going to be interesting to follow because it's going to change a lot in terms of voting and that sort of thing. God, please don't start cleaning your butt. Whatever you do. Let's see. There's more to it, but basically go out and, if you're interested, go out and track down that news. In rural California, we're still having a problem with a lot of people who are unvaccinated and who are ill and are overwhelming hospital staff. This is kind of crazy, folks. I mean, really, is that the hill you want to die on? Deciding that, no, I'm not going to get vaccinated because you can't make me? Get a clue. Get vaccinated, okay? Don't overwhelm the hospital just because you decide that you don't want to. There's some stuff going on there. Let's see. Other COVID news, yeah, especially in Oregon. Oregon Health Authority. As the demand for masks has increased over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic, so has the number of fake or counterfeit masks in the marketplace. So there's some information out there. If you go to the Oregon.gov COVID blog, basically it's covidblog.oregon.gov/tips for choosing a mask. And basically there's a thing there that tells you how you can tell if your mask is legitimate. Lots going on in that regard, but suffice it to say, packaging should be clearly marked with a legitimate website and a physical address. It needs to be marked FDA approved. If it's an N95, should have a company name or logo and printed directly on the mask. Masks that are damaged or have issues compromising fit, like the elastic bands that are too close, or broken nose bridges, that part that you squeeze on there to make it fit properly, that I always have trouble getting my glasses over. You just have to check that those things are okay. And let's see. There's more, but basically it's up to you to go find that information. And figure that out. Let's see. There's a lot of silly information here, but just reporting on the silliest of information. Let's see. They're still doing diplomatic stuff with respect to Ukraine. And you really ought to listen to both Jen Psaki, the communication director, and I forget his name, the guy who does the State Department update. There's some interesting stuff going on there. Suffice to say, they're going to keep us from any sort of all-out war, but they want to protect the rights of the Ukraine to be a sovereign nation as well. So, you know, when you stop and think about that, I mean, come on, it's important. It's not only important to Ukraine, it's important to us as well. But that's just one of the things that's going on in the background. But watch one of those briefings. You know, you'll find out a lot of information. It's worth all having, even if you don't follow the news on a regular basis or international news. You need to, because this affects your world. This affects a lot of things in your world that you're not even aware of right now if you're not following it. If you do follow it, you're going to find the ties to your own existence. And you may say, oh, well, you know, I'm a soccer mom, or I'm, you know, I'm you know, an older woman with a husband, no kids in the home, and we're enjoying our retirement or whatever. Stop and think about it for a minute. Everything that goes on in the world, one way or another, will affect you. Yeah. Problems with China invading Taiwan or Hong Kong, that can affect you, because stop and think about how many of those products are coming in from China that you use every day, that you depend upon, which is part of the reason why the current administration wants to force a lot more reliance on non-fossil fuels. And I think that is probably a good thing. What else do we have in news? Masks, vaccines, mental health. Silly information like why women are turning their back on the bra. I mean, other than the fact that they've been uncomfortable for years and they objectify the body even more. Come on, give me a break. Just whatever. Big cyclone hit Madagascar. Yes, that Madagascar. Madagascar from the cartoon, except that it's not a cartoon. When a cyclone hits, what's a cyclone? That's another word for a hurricane. Big mess. Number of people killed. It's been, let's see, at least 10 people killed, probably more. Displaced nearly 50,000 people on Sunday. So this is just a scary thing for that part of the world. Not good. Let's see what else is going on here. Silliness, more silliness. Fake news, under fake news. Video of a man on fire in Italy was miscaptioned and not related to COVID vaccine mandates. It was miscaptioned. The family of the man released a statement via their lawyer that confirmed that the man is vaccinated for COVID-19 and the act was not linked to vaccine mandates. It doesn't immediately say exactly what it was related to. Might be interesting to read. The tennis player Peng Shuai, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, has confirmed with IOC officials that She again denies making sexual assault allegations against a Chinese official. That's a hunk of BS. Sorry, it's just not true. Stuff like this happens all the time. Happens in China, happens in the United States, happens in Mexico, and Canada, and Europe, and all the way around the world, where men decide to take it into their own hands that they are permitted and allowed to do what they want with a woman, whether she's willing or not. Not good, not right, shouldn't happen, still does. But if it's a high government minister of some sort, an official who does it, holy crap. If you're in China, you get hidden away from the world for a while and deprogrammed. If you're in the United States, you can accuse somebody like Governor Cuomo and get it brought before the courts. That doesn't happen in China, unfortunately. So, what else is going on? Oh, there's an AccuWeather spring forecast. Puxatawny Phil said there's going to be more winter. However, while the vernal equinox arrives at sea on March 20th, but the changing seasons may not result in an abrupt end of cold and snowy weather. Kind of depends upon where you are. Today in Oregon, we are having a rather warm end of winter. Warm for this area anyway. Let's see. Warm enough to where I saw some beautiful blooms from what are they called? They're a type of perennial ground cover daisy that I saw. Beautiful purpley color and wonderful, gorgeous, beautiful. Saw those the other day when I was out for a walk. Just lovely. It's good to see. The bulb plants on the property where we live are coming up. They are, I don't know when they're going to bloom for sure, but they will be blooming and they're going to be quite pretty and very fragrant. And I can't wait this year. I'm going to cut some and put them in my house. Other news on a personal front, there's a kitty who apparently, according to some woman who used to live here, who says she used to live here, who comes by regularly. When I first saw him, he was ugly and scrawny and bony and like his fur was falling out. If that's the same cat, he's been coming by regularly because I've been feeding him. And I've been feeding him a urinary diet because that's all I've got. I don't think that's going to hurt him in the slightest. But he now comes by for breakfast and dinner and lunch. I'm only going to put food out there twice a day or once a day and just let it be what it is. And if I need to close the drapes, then I'll close the drapes and ignore him because I don't want him to get too used to being fed by me. But he's decided now that our backyard is okay to go ahead and use to pee in and maybe poo. I don't know. I'm not going to get out there and dig it. It's not a true backyard. It's a very small fenced-in area that has some ground cover from the leaves and some bark, and then there's a bunch of pavers that are there. So one can go out and enjoy the weather when it's nice, such as today even, and have a good time. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, good. I got a few more minutes here. We can do some stuff. Let's see. So that's the news about the cat. Supposedly his name is Panther. I'm going to call him Mooch because he mooches food. And then there's this girl. Say hi. Say hi. Meow. No, she's falling asleep. She don't want to talk to me. She didn't want to talk to you either, for that matter. Cats. All All right, so let's go on to some opinion. Recent stuff in the news has shown that our former president it's showing more and more that he was involved in the planning of what happened a year ago, this past January 6th. And as they gather more and more information on this, it's going to be rather interesting to see just exactly what ends up happening as a result of it. Now, people can argue, well, he wasn't there, he wasn't in any of these meetings. And if you're not following this, you should, because this affects the sanctity of the vote in the United States. But the whole idea of confiscating voting machines, no, that's not right. But there's more to it. He wasn't in the room while some of this stuff was being planned, and not the voting machines part, but the whole blah that happened on Wednesday from the actual I don't know how to call it, but the whole show that was done, and then when people were sent off to the Capitol building. But I'll tell you something: when you have people who were part of its cabinet who were involved with the planning of some of this, that's not good. And I don't believe, as the GOP has noted, that it was legitimate public discourse. Legitimate public discourse, or political discourse, pardon me, legitimate political discourse, does not include smearing your feces on the walls of a building. Okay? It doesn't include beating the holy crap out of a police officer because he won't get out of your way and allow you access to a building. Legitimate political discourse does not include storming the walls of a building, breaking windows, and sitting at a government official's desk with your feet up on it, basically saying, F you, we're coming for you, and hang Mike Pence and stuff. That's come on. Now, the GOP wants us to forget about this stuff. It's the past. Let's look forward. I'd like to look forward. But I'm reminded of something in the Bible, which is has less to do with turning the other cheek than it has to do with forgiving and forgetting. And while I may forgive that inexcusable behavior, I'm not going to forget it. And I'm not going to forget the reasons that it occurred. And I'm not going to forget some of the people who were really Looney Tunes and instrumental in starting it. And after the fact, going around to states and saying, we can prove that this has happened and that's happened. And look at this film, and then look at what this person sent us here. And not even vet that effing information. Come on, Rudy Patootie. This is about you as well. I swear to God, the man used to be a decent mayor. He helped New York through the worst of his angst because of 9/11. And now he is looked upon as a clown. Now, that's opinion. These are my opinions. I have a right to them. You have a right to your opinions. But I tell you, In terms of philosophy, my philosophy, once again, is I may forgive, but I won't forget. I do not forget easily at all. So, final word, no matter who you vote for or who you support in particular elections, vote. And don't be lazy about it. And if you live in a state where access to voting has been curtailed for people of color, for people of certain socioeconomic groups, for people of certain ages, it becomes more and more and more important that you go vote. Because you will not be the instrument of change if you don't. And we should all be an instrument of change for our lives, for the lives and betterment of others. And that's about it for today. Don't have much more to say right now. All opinions here expressed are my own. And I do hope that all of you have a wonderful day. Go out and hopefully it's not terrible and cold and snowy where you are. Here it's going to be almost as high as 60 degrees. So, wahoo! Given the fact that we had snow the day after Christmas, I am jazzed. Yes. Okay. You all go off and have a blessed day.